A job fair for veterans will take place tomorrow at Northeastern University. The event's being offered by Northeastern and the state's OneStop Career Center, JobNet. And with us from JobNet are the Business Services Coordinator, Ed Crognalo, and the Veterans Representative for the Boston region, Michael Falasca. Thank you both very much for being with us. And,
thank you for having us.
I want to start with Michael. Talk about the mix of veterans that we're seeing these days in terms of their age and the kind of job needs.
The mixed term of the age now, because of the set amount of veterans that are coming in and the new reduction in forces that they've ordered, would be Mass National Guard and the reserves. Their ages would be anywhere between the age of 21 and 55. It just depends on how long that individual has been in the unit and whether or not he can be deployed.
Ed, what about the way the state looks to help people like this? Because this is not just young people starting out careers. We're talking about people who maybe have experience or maybe need to get some new training.
Well, many of the services that we offer to veterans mix with the services that we offer to the general public. We do offer specific services, one-on-one services for veterans, offering assistance with developing resumes, interviewing skills, doing online applications, networking with employers, how to approach an employer. Then we offer events such as job fairs and recruitments where they can go ahead and meet with a human resource rep that has positions available.
Michael, what about the things that would be important to veterans who want to get in touch with veterans like yourself? There are things you do for them that I guess there's a special way of coming at it?
Yeah, we provide veteran services, and those services are federal granted into the state. And basically what it is we provide employment services in an intensive way, like a one-on-one, rather than a group of people coming in for a service and sitting into a setting where there's 20 or 30 people in a room. They come in, they want a service, they want employment, they want to research their needs, they want to work on their resume, they want to find out what employers are actually hiring. We put all that together in a package, and they'll sit down and we go over it, and we create an action plan.
And talk about some of the employers who might be at this event tomorrow at Northeastern.
Okay. We have over 90 employers. It has a mix. We have employers that are from the government. We do have employers from healthcare. We have employers from education. We have employers, service providers as well. Like I said, over 90 employers, mixed between, I would say, medium size and large size. The bulk are in the Boston area, just around the Boston area, but we do have employers that are outside of the 495 belt. We do have employers that are from technical services as well. So just to name a few, we have Allied Barton, we have Brigham and Women's Hospital, we have Partners Hospital, Raytheon, we have the U.S. Department of Veterans Services, the IRS, Social Security. So it's a good mix of employers.
Michael, of course, one thing about veterans coming back today is they could still get called to duty again, but what about the way employers feel? Does that bother them, or is there still a lot of general support for giving jobs to veterans?
In most instances, there's a lot of support. In a very small group, we've had some reports of employers that were maybe the smaller type employers that didn't really understand the way the guardsman or the reservist was actually going and being deployed and then coming back, and didn't think that, well, if they're leaving, they're not entitled to a job when they come back. So for the most part, most of the employers actually really put a lot into recruiting and obtaining those veterans even after they come back. So it works out.
Anything we know yet about how successful these things have been with veterans?
Job fairs in general, I think, it depends how you look at success. I think success is ultimately a person getting employed, but I think also success can be measured as a job seeker exploring career options if they had always wanted to work for one of the hotels in the Boston area, Starwood Hotels is going to be available. They'll explain what type of jobs they have available. So for a person who is exploring career options, a person who is exploring job or doing a specific job search and knows what they want in for employment, I think that success would be obtaining a job. So if a job seeker has their resume in order, if they know how to approach an employer, and if they are very specific with their job search, then I would say the chances of them obtaining an interview from this event looks pretty decent.
Michael, any advice you might have for people what they should be ready with when they show up for this?
Well, what I counsel the veterans that I work with on would be, show up really prepared to interview as if you were going to an interview with an employer. And then, have a professional image when you're there. Wear a jacket, a suit, a tie, come in, freshly shaven. And we tell a lot of the vets to look the part. If you look the part and you show them that that's what you want, eventually you're going to leave an impression.
Yeah, what about the people who come to this event and they see something that they would like, but they're not really ready for it yet? Anything that you can say about training or any other things that go on, help people find jobs?
That's where the OneStop Career Centers come into play. We do have a variety of services that we provide, and certainly getting job seekers job ready for their job search is one piece where we do offer workshops in different areas, but we do have information about training options, schools in the Boston area where if somebody is considering exploring, then they could explore through the Career Center services. And there's over 30 career centers in Massachusetts. 3 of them are in Boston area, but JobNet, we're one of the Boston career centers.
As you mentioned, the event tomorrow, is it from 1 to 4?
Yes.
And where exactly is this at Northeastern?
It's going to be at their Cabot Field, or their Cabot Cage, as it's called. It's their practice field, and it's on Huntington Ave.
All right. And finally, if people want some more information about any of the programs you have, any phone number or website folks should be thinking of?
They can take a look at jobnetboston.org, www.jobnetboston.org. They can call 617-338-0809 for information.
All right, thank you very much, Ed Crognalo, and also Mike Falasca from JobNet.
All right, thank you.
We'll have more news after this message.